This channel is officially 1 year old, so in celebration of that, I'm going to be doing a ranking of my 50 favorite movies of all time in a 3-part video series. I'll start airing today, new video up on Thursday, probably, and then this weekend there's going to be a Birds of Prey video, and then next Sunday it shall conclude with my top 20 favorite movies of all time. So, I'm really excited, been doing this, I've been planning it for a while. First off, before I get into the video, I now have a Twitter, so go check that out. There's going to be news on upcoming videos, maybe polls, and you can vote on which movie I should review next. Fun stuff like that. And then also, please check out my Marriage Story review. I don't think a lot of people saw that came out, so please go watch that. And then, yeah, on to my video. So, brief explanation, I kind of cheated a bit. I put some movies together in a category just because I didn't want to get too crowded. There are a lot of other movies that would have been in here, but I kind of cut them because I didn't want it to be just like, you know, this franchise, that franchise again, this franchise again, franchise A, franchise B, franchise A, franchise C. I didn't want it to be like that. So I cut a few movies, so this is definitely kind of just like a quickly put together list, but I think it accurately represents my taste in movies, a lot of the movies I like, and even though some movies that may fit better than others aren't on the list, I'm just trying to diversify it more. There are some other movies that are a little low on my list, but maybe just because I haven't seen them in a long time, so they don't like them as much as other newer movies. But anyway, that little explanation / rant out of the way, onto the list. At number 50 is Jojo Rabbit. This is a kind of war satire drama film about a Nazi boy in World War II. And it's by Taika Waititi. Just the other night, it won Best Adapted Screenplay. And it is truly, it's a blast, it's super funny, it's extremely sweet, very dramatic, you love all the characters, they really grow on you, and even if you don't, love them because, you have, they're super sweet, and you love the relationship with other characters, you like them because they're funny, even though, some of them are just hardcore Nazis, but, some of my issues, it has a lot of tonal issues, kind of balancing the comedy and the drama. And sometimes we get something super sweet and fun, and then just immediately, boom, something really dark. Great, but overall, great performances, great casting, amazing script. I absolutely adore this movie, and I hope everyone can go see it. Number 49, The Lego Movie 2, the second part. The review that started my channel is still one of my favorite movies. It's fun, it's funny, and it's enjoyable. While it doesn't have the same freshness of the original Lego movie, I'm always going to enjoy this film. I love all the songs. There's way more than the last film, and most films in this song are catchy. I love a lot of the new stuff they did involving the sister. It's just as clever as the last film, and it is just an absolute blast of a time. Number 48, Iron Man. This was the movie that kicked off one of my favorite film series, the MCU. And it did a lot of great things, from the amazing action and score. I love the sets, the side characters. But of course, the two best things it does are, first off, bringing in Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. Probably one of the best casting choices in ever. I mean, just the cool, the charisma, the swagger, kind of the feeling of, he's just too cool for the room, but then you really got these heroic moments with him and how you can tell he's wanting to please Pepper. And he's just perfect for the role. He gets so much better as time goes on. And then also a great thing is it starts setting the siege for an expanded universe with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Nick Fury and teasing of people like Captain America and sorts. And this is an event movie. It's one that has changed the face of cinema probably for good, and I adore it. I did a lot of shuffling here. Number 47, Black Panther. This is a really, really fun movie. It's quite similar to a lot of other films like Aquaman, The Lion King, stuff like that. But, it's fun. I love how it shows a lot of African culture. I love all the side characters like Everett Ross, Okoye, Shuri. Eric Killmonger, played by Michael Jordan, is absolutely amazing in this movie. He's a very nuanced villain. He has many different sides and shades, and you really understand where he's coming from. And what he does really, Black Panther, T'Challa, learned from the villain. He's like, okay, I'm going to do what he said we should do, but I'm not going to do it in as evil way, which is really something cool. It has some good action. My main issues, amazing soundtrack. My main issues are just sometimes the VFX aren't that great, and it tries to trick you of something that you know hasn't happened. I call it the Black Panther Chewie effect, where it tries to trick you of something and be like, oh, there's going to be a really big part of the plot, and you're like, no, it's not. I know this isn't happening, because you wouldn't be stupid enough to do that. So, but overall, really fun movie, great cultural heritage, well, not cultural heritage, I don't know the word, great cultural appreciation for Africans, and just overall a fun film. Number 46, Aquaman. If I said the last one was fun, this one is absolutely bonkers. I mean, you got shirtless Jason Momoa talking to fish, riding sharks that roar with seahorses that whinny. If you want a movie that is absolutely ridiculous and the closest you can get to live action SpongeBob, here you go, Aquaman. It's fun, it's fresh, and even when it's cheesy and cringy, you're still having a good time. So it's nowhere near a masterpiece of cinema. It is just a fun film to watch. Number 45, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2. This is a movie that I would consider to be Chris Pratt's best performance. I love it how it builds a relationship between the Guardians. I absolutely love the music. I love Ego and how it ties into Star-Lord's past. I love Baby Groot. Everything it does with Yondu. I love the final scene of the funeral. My only real issues are I don't really like Aisha and Taserface. Of course, Taserface is good for last, but as villains, they're not that great. But this is just a sweet, heartfelt, fun movie that I will never be opposed to watching. Number 44, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Now, I just reviewed this the other couple weeks ago, so I'm not going to really get too much into it. But A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is a great look at the life of Mr. Rogers and a news reporter living with him. Beautiful performance by everyone, especially Tom Hanks, who, I love Brad Pitt, but Tom Hanks really should have won that Oscar. Close tie there for me. But, honestly, just a fun movie, carried greatly by Tom Hanks' Oscar. I loved looking at his life and the news reporter's life. My only issue is, there's stuff in the middle there that doesn't work well for me, like a dream sequence. But overall, I still really enjoy this movie. It's sweet, and Tom Hanks is amazing. Number 43, this is kind of my Spielberg fill-in. So here's, kind of my fill-in place for movies like E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Jaws. So these are all movies that I do love, but I haven't seen in a long time. I really don't know how to kind of compare them to some other films. It's been a while. But, they're still all films that I love and enjoy. So I'm just kind of putting them in this one base. They're all fun, adventurous, action. They got some action there. But they're just really... Steven Spielberg is one of my favorite directors because he knows how to make fun, enjoyable, and whimsically filled movies. And that's just what these are. Also amazing soundtrack by all of them. Love you, John Williams. Happy birthday last week. 42, Jurassic World. Now, I know some people don't like this movie, but this is a combination of, the last couple on the list, because it's got the fun, just action of Aquaman, but it's also got, the sweetness of Spielberg, the last couple movies, and it's just a fun dinosaur movie where you got dinosaurs breaking into a park, Chris Pratt riding motorcycles with velociraptors. You can't have a bad time watching this movie. It's fun. It's not as, in thought, kind of, oh, but this is the morality of this. It's not as into that as the original Jurassic Park, but it's still a heck of a good time, and I'm always going to enjoy it. 41, Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith. Now, this movie, plot-wise, isn't great. I have a lot of issues, especially considering the turn of Anakin. But it has fun action, great music, and it is the most memeable Star Wars movie. I could watch this with any of my friends, quote every line, and have a blast doing it. So this is a movie based on fun action, music, Ewan McGregor, and memes. Number 40, How to Train Your Dragon. This is an astronomically sweet movie. I love Hiccup and Toothless and the music. It just, any scene with flying, it does wonders for an animated movie, especially all the flying sequences are really groundbreaking. Perhaps the best original musical score for any animated movie besides things like Toy Story and such. But it's a music that captures the feeling of adventure and fear, and I love the father-son relationship between Stoic and Hiccup. and kind of Hiccup's story of underdog rising to the top in the dragon thing, and his relationship with all his friends and Astrid and such. And just, it's a fun animated movie for all ages. Number 39, Avengers: Age of Ultron. Now, this is like the most generic Avengers film because it's not like the thing that started it all, but it's not like a huge event. So it's just, a fun movie where you get to see the Avengers get together, fight a big villain like Ultron, who I absolutely love. He's a fun villain, and he's not like someone who leaves the biggest impact on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But, well, he's not the person who brings the biggest impact to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but he's still fun as a villain in this movie. Of course, the Avengers character interactions are on point, always quipping back and forth, and it's great. My only issue with this film is Nick Fury is used a little weirdly inside of it, kind of popping up here and there, and then coming in at the end to save everybody. And then, of course, there's one character who dies just kind of out of nowhere. Talking about you, Quicksilver. Yeah, but overall, still a very fun movie that I absolutely love to watch whenever it's turned on. Next up, number 38, Spider-Man: Into the Spider-Verse. While I have said it's my favorite Spider-Man movie, I don't know if that's the case anymore, but it's certainly the one that best kind of gets the feel of Spider-Man. How he's the hero, the underdog, he's the one who's always going to get up whenever the time gets tough, and it's not about the strength, it's about determination and who you want to be. I love the story of Miles kind of struggling to fill the shoes of Peter Parker. All the interactions and references with the other characters is fun. Beautiful animation, like groundbreaking stuff there. And this is just a fun Spider-Man movie. And while it's not my favorite Spider-Man movie, it's certainly one of the best. Next up, number 37, Captain America: The First Avenger. This is a big combo for me because it's combined things I love, like war film. It's a war film and it's a Marvel film. It got Chris Evans in the leading role, so it's also kind of funny. And it's just a blast to watch. Well, it does drag a bit in the middle near the end. I love the interaction between Cap and Bucky and Peggy and all their friendships and relationships. Everything from the plane crash to the end of the movie is filmmaking at its finest, especially the cut to black at the very end. Amazing score by Alan Silvestri, one of his best. And I love the beginning with Cap kind of rising up, being chosen, saying that he's the good man, not the great soldier. And it has a good message, fun action, and it's just a great introduction of one of my favorite superheroes to one of my favorite franchises. Now, closing off this video is number 36, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, I cut a lot of Harry Potter movies from this list because I didn't want it to be Harry Potter every couple of movies, but this is the one, as it started it all, and one of my favorites. I felt like I had to put it on the list. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, well, the child acting may not hold up that much. It is one of the best movie adaptations ever made. It cut a lot from the books, but from the beautiful music and sets and effects and just some sweet heartfelt moments like Harry seeing his parents, everything with Harry, Ron, and Hermione as friends. Amazing casting for Hagrid and Snape and Dumbledore and McGonagall. And this is probably one of the best book-to-movie adaptations ever made. Certainly one of my favorites, and it started a great film series. So, yeah, that's my the bottom 15 of my top 50 favorite movies of all time. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in a few days. Like, subscribe, share, check out my Twitter, and I'll see you guys later.